Welcome everyone to Uncensored, underscore the truth about money. Always get it mixed up, but yeah, got it right this time. So we're here. So I'm not the financial expert anymore on this show here. We spoke about cryptocurrency before. We've spoken about Bitcoin. So as per the previous episode, or with the episode A Forex, we want to give you people who are in the game to tell us more about, this huge world, of cryptocurrency. As always, we are here to eradicate all misconceptions about certain industries, because people are making a living, people are making money from it, people are sustaining their families, they're generating wealth from these industries. So for you who says these are scams, there's people right here who are doing these things on a daily. And we're here with Mr. He wants us to refer him to as Mr. Q. Sure, Mr. Q. Nandi, man. So we're here to discuss cryptocurrency, right? But people still have that thing, you would say cryptocurrency is Bitcoin. Obviously, you are here just to tell us, what is cryptocurrency? Because once you want to cryptocurrency, then the first thing they think about is the B. Maybe it's because it's so marketed and it's well marketed that we think it's an only cryptocurrency out there.
Yeah.
So what can you say about that, my brother?
So cryptocurrencies, brief outline.
Yeah.
A cryptocurrency is a currency that does not fall within the control of any central entity.
Okay.
By that I'm talking about banks, I'm talking about governments, reserve banks, and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
So cryptocurrency is a digital currency that is, it is a digital currency that is backed by trust. What do I mean by trust? So you go into a bank, right? You open up an account. They say, is this the account that you want to deposit your salary into? You say yes. They say, okay, we open up an account. Nali card. So now, once you've opened that account, there are fees, there's this.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you withdraw money from an ATM that is not from your bank.
Yeah.
Or you tap a card and then it gets declined over insufficient funds.
Yeah.
You get charged penalties on all of those things.
Yeah.
Right? So now, between yourself and the bank, you don't trust anymore, because they say you've got insufficient funds but they're shy. They still take money that you don't have. Now, what cryptocurrencies are based on is trust, because no single person can actually come and say, I'm penalizing you for not having money. Right? So what it does is, it is based on the blockchain.
Okay.
What the blockchain is it is a ledger. It is a ledger.
You're getting into accounting now.
Yes, yeah, well, the blockchain is a ledger that records transactions. Right now, predominantly it's being used financially, but the blockchain can apply to so many things where there are transactions.
Okay.
What cryptocurrencies do is, the ledger is visible to everyone.
Okay.
And now there's also the part that says that it is anonymous.
All right.
So there is only a wallet that is shown there. It doesn't say Tami. No one can go up, anyone can look up any transaction from any wallet, but it is not linked to any individual.
Yeah.
Meaning, if you are an undercover millionaire and you don't want anyone to know that you are, and then you go and you want to buy a Tesla.
Yeah.
As Elon Musk wanted to sell Teslas using Bitcoin.
Yeah.
So you want to go buy a Tesla, you can buy a Tesla, and then no one will actually know. Your banker wouldn't know. Your bank wouldn't know.
So only Tesla would know, or even they wouldn't know.
Tesla would know because they have to deliver it to you.
Right.
You understand?
Right. Okay.
So and the order has to go through to someone.
Yeah.
But it would only be the buyer and the seller who knows.
So not like with what's happening currently, when I buy a car, everyone knows.
Everybody knows.
The banker knows,
Yeah,
the
exactly.
insurance company knows.
Exactly.
All right.
And you find you find now that what it has done to money, it has decentralized money.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
By decentralizing money, it has democratized it. So it's the people who actually hold. How can I say
Power.
this? I don't want to say power, but for lack of a better phrase,
Yeah.
it's the people who hold the power now,
Yeah.
and they're more in control of what they're doing.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
It because of the anonymity, no one can hit on your bank account.
Yeah.
No one can hack Standard Bank and then you lose your money. Or they can hack exchanges, but they can steal your wallet codes. But no one can actually go to a focal point, one single place, and then mess everybody up. Because everything is spread, which is basically where I am. I actually mine, I don't trade, and I don't do Bitcoin. I do other cryptocurrencies.
Okay.
But that is basically what cryptocurrencies are here for. They are
Alright.
here to democratize, and they are actually here to make things much easier for the people who are. We always hear, I think you in finance, you know about financial exclusion.
Yeah.
There are people who are unbanked. There are people who are uninsured.
Yeah.
So there are people who, for you to take out money, you have to go to a branch, or you must go to a merchant who's got a swiping machine. For if you work here and then emakhaya, abana branch, ugogo kumele ahambe hamba ngeTaxi ahambe aye edrobheni ayogrowa abuye ukuthi azothenga. You understand?
Yeah.
So the whole concept behind cryptocurrencies is that you can be able to send that money
Okay.
within a space of a few seconds.
Yeah.
I mean, in America they do through Western Union, you know.
Okay,
So you skip all of those middlemen who charge you fees, and then you send straight to my wallet address if you attend. And that is the concept behind what cryptocurrencies are, including that's how you move it to the lower end of the market.
Yeah.
But the concept behind it is to make things much easier for basically anyone.
So, because, okay, I've worked in a financial institution, and so we know that obviously these guys have enough, well, they've got power to try and sway people away from, this whole cryptocurrency thing because of money,
Yes.
But we see, like, as you're saying that, a lot of institutions, even institutions overseas, they're starting to see what's now. There's something, this cryptocurrency thing. Why is it that now they are more comfortable as opposed to before, where they were like, nah, this is a bubble's gonna blow. This is a scam, guys, don't go into it. But now it's like, okay, let's try and see. I mean, even other institutions are coming with their own cryptocurrency now.
Yes.
So why is it now that they're starting to warm up to the whole factor of cryptocurrency?
Well, let's say because the smart money is in. That's probably the biggest reason.
Yeah.
But the biggest, the one that no one can avoid is that if you can't beat them, join them.
Okay.
Right? What happened to apartheid?
Yeah.
When there was enough attention around it, it was abolished.
Yeah.
You understand? So what you find is that when the people have spoken, at some stage, people have to listen. You understand? So I would say the reason why these guys are in is because maybe now they understand the technology, not just cryptocurrencies, because they're not only buying into cryptocurrencies.
Yeah.
They understand blockchain and what blockchain is.
All right.
What blockchain can do. You
Yeah.
understand? And then with this whole fourth industrial revolution, whatnot.
Yeah.
So you find that people are understanding how much easier the blockchain can make lives, right?
Yeah. Okay.
And I mean, on the blockchain, on cryptocurrencies, there's been zero fraudulent transactions.
So no hackers
No, I mean, they can hack an exchange and steal your money.
or in the exchange.
But what I'm talking
Okay.
about is how do dollars get determined? The circulation of dollars. Somebody goes in, I think it's at the Fed in America, they click start and then it prints money.
Yeah. And they distribute
You understand?
it. Yeah.
So it eliminates those sort of things. There has never been a single fraudulent transaction where somebody creates a coin out of nothing.
Okay.
Right? Except for the scams.
Yeah.
There are scammers everywhere. There are scammers in Forex, there are scammers in insurance, there are scammers everywhere. You understand?
Yeah.
So that is the other reason. So when they understand how this technology can actually come back and assist them, now they realize that, you know what, maybe we can use this to our advantage. I mean, Bill Gates has bought into many blockchain companies.
All right.
What do you call this? Dubai is starting to wanted to make their own blockchain so that they can have a digital currency. China has now issued its own what do you call this? Digital currency as well.
All right.
Because in China, paper money has stopped existing a while back.
Because of the pandemic.
No, it was way before the pandemic.
Is it?
It was way before.
Okay.
I think last time I went there was in 2012. So maybe about 2013, 2014, paper money was already being phased out. People were using QR codes.
Scanning.
That's when Alipay became big, the end group with Jack Ma. That's how they became big, because money was digital being put in. And then in some places you pay through facial recognition.
Yep.
So the other part is the technology adoption. People are realizing what it can do. And then when the people have spoken, so when miners started mining, was maybe a good half a decade before I started.
Yeah.
When miners started mining, and they were talking about what this can do for the future.
Yeah.
What had happened was there were more and more people who had studied cryptography. Some people were working on these other projects, and they broke away. Some are from Silicon Valley, whatever. But they realized that this technology can actually can be applied on a wider scale than anyone ever thought. Just like the internet. I mean, when Jeff Bezos saw books on the internet, people were thinking, come on,
where's that go?
You understand? So the adoption of the philosophy behind crypto by people actually pushes everything into the right direction. And if you're a big business, if you are JP Morgan, you'd be stupid not to capitalize on what people are doing.
Yeah, because
people want this, you give them that, or something that looks like what they want. So what you will find is that the rally just started going and going and going, and now institutions have run out. There are bubbles all over the world that have been created. Institutions have been overextended with the losses they're making, with the favors they've been doing, the traditional stuff they've been investing in. People don't like oil anymore. People are saying it's bad. Now obviously the institutions start moving their funds into cobalt, into lithium mines. So it's the same here. People are complaining about the financial system and nowadays, and then money is just being printed, and people are using Bitcoin and using cryptocurrencies to pay. So now the bank cannot be left behind.
They want to join in now, so they can cash in something.
The bank's job is to make money. A government's job is to regulate the system. It was hard to regulate. It was a free for all, and then now the whales have seen so what have they been doing? They pour money into it. All the guys that have actually started before that, I'm talking about miners, I'm not talking about traders, I know nothing about traders. So people who mine, who've been mining before, the value has been pushed up so much that they are able to show bank statements, and they are able to show financials. This is what I've been doing. And I mean, recently, the most recent we heard of, I think we were watching a channel on YouTube, and there is a guy who was actually funded, or a group of people who were actually funded, $500 million.
Funded.
$500 million.
Just
to start. Yes, to start a crypto mine.
Okay. Before we get into, let's get into the basics.
Yes.
What is this mining? What is crypto mining? Because we will touch upon crypto in another episode, but here we had to discuss mining.
So crypto mining is very simple. I'll make an example. You come, you take out your debit card or your check card.
All right.
You get to check it. Now you use let's say Standard Bank. You use Standard Bank. You take a Standard Bank, and they use FNB. You take a Standard Bank card. You get to the FNB swiping tool. You say, I want a plain cheese. You take it, scan it. They say 50 cents. You tap it, and then now from there, the money has to move from your account. It has to go to some service in India or wherever they use. It has to come. It has to go into the other bank. Then the other bank, it has to go to its service. And then from there, it has to go into this person's account. Right? The merchant's account. Checkers Pick and Pay's account. Right? And then it has to reflect on the system, right? So what crypto miners do is they facilitate those sort of transactions without any centralized mechanism or storage point. So it's all the as I said, the blockchain is a ledger. So everything appears on the blockchain without any intermediaries.
Okay.
So a miner facilitates those. And then why they call it the blockchain is because when you think of a chain, the chain has links, right? The more people that come onto any cryptocurrency, cryptocurrency network. So I'm talking about blockchains. If let's say we are mining on the Ethereum blockchain, which is one of the coins that I'm mining on. The more people that put on computers onto that network, what happens is the network becomes stronger. There are more computers. It becomes impossible to hack the network. The way that you would need for you to hack that network, because of all those computers, you would need to hack 51% of all computers on that network simultaneously,
which is impossible.
It is a virtual impossibility, but you never know. There might be a good mind that can create a problem. They can do that for him. But now the blockchain is that it's blocks that link up on the chain, and everyone that adds on becomes stronger. It makes it very secure. Viruses can get in there. Hackers can't get in there.
So your money is secure.
Your money is secure as long as you have your wallet address safe, just like your bank card and your PIN code. If as long as you control those and nobody knows, you could care less what happens out there because your money is safer than it is with the bank.
All right. So now crypto mining. So it basically facilitates the transaction between the buyer and the seller. So that's
the sender and the recipient.
Then how does one make money? As let's say you as a crypto miner, how then do you make money within that transaction?
Okay. So what I do is there are things called blocks. Transactions come in blocks. On the blockchain, obviously. So now, if my mining pool finds a block, that block has transactions on it, right?
Or it needs to find.
Yes. So your computer has to be powerful enough to find a block, to find a contract. It's called a smart contract, right? And because the computers are sort of kind of like supercomputers. It's not a normal computer that you use. And they need to calculate and solve these mathematical equations the fastest. The best machines solve it the fastest, they get the money. So for every line, or for every block that is found, for all the work, the jobs that my computer does, that is strong enough to do, I get paid with that cryptocurrency. So if I'm on, so I mine, one of the coins I mine is Ethereum, like I said. My computers will be on mining pool. I'm on a mining pool called Ethermine. So if I get on a mining pool, Ethermine, because of its hash rate, which is the strength of all the computers put together, they find a block and say, okay, gents, now solve. The most powerful computers will find the best bits of it. And then if I solve, if I've got, for instance, on Ethereum, I'm running about 500 megahashes, which is small compared to other people, but I'm running 500 megahashes. My computer is only strong enough to process certain types of transactions. And for every part of that transaction, it's called shares of the block. For all the shares that I have processed, I get paid in Ethereum. Based on how much work I've done. You know, so if I clock in at work, I come in the morning, but if I leave it at lunch, I'm only getting paid half day. So if my machine dies while it's mining and it hasn't submitted proof of work, which is feedback of which, okay, this has been now solved, which on the blockchain can be quantified, you can actually see proof of it if you know how to read that stuff. So you only get paid for the work that you have done, which is POW, what they call proof of work.
So now, I hope you guys can take that in. If not, just rewind. Take back again.
I'll try that.
Then it's cool because What's interesting to know is that so now these computers are like your workers, so it's like your employees now.
Exactly what they are.
That's the stronger they are, the more money they get paid. So now for someone who, let's say like myself, I don't know anything about mining, let alone I just discovered cryptocurrency and all these Ethereum, and Bitcoin and so forth.
Yeah.
Where do I start when it comes to mining? Because like as you're saying that maybe I'm not that much of a trader, but I want something that's more concrete, if I may put it in layman's terms. Where do I start?
Okay, so there's many places to start.
Okay.
But what I would say first is start by educating yourself. Research. I mean, it's like everything. A person doesn't want to go and research, they say it's a scam. Obviously, if you're coming to me and I say Bitcoin, you give me 100,000. It's easy money. I'm gonna take it. You understand? So because you are lazy to read, you are lazy to research, you are lazy to empower yourself. But when it comes to school fees, you want to go and pay fees for a degree of something that you don't even know which is over at the end. So what I would say is the starting point of everything is knowledge. And unfortunately, a lot of the writing on the internet, we were trying to have a presentation for investors to actually scale up because we want to go 20x what we have now. So now to draw that up, we needed to go to the internet and give them stuff that, because when you give somebody your proposal, they're going to research it, and one of the places they're going to research is on the internet. So we wanted to go and research that and put it in terms of what stuff that they in a language that they would understand, and we actually realized that the reading part of it is actually more complex. It's complicated, it's meant for people with those kind of degrees. So what I would say is in your research, YouTube, there are good channels to follow. People who have Q&A sessions where somebody has read something and asked what this term means, and then it's dumbed down to you. Problems that you will have that nobody else is having around you, or you don't know any other miners. You get on there's guys who actually have troubleshooting, there are guys who actually do that. So what I would say, before you put your money into it, really find out what you're doing. So don't go and buy the ace of spades, you understand? So know what you're doing. Don't just jump into the water. It might be freezing. So first research and find out what this thing is. Thereafter, I think it's not cheap to get into, but there are ways you can do it. What I would say is look at how much entry would cost. I think for a fair amount, a small amount of money you can get in. Unfortunately, we didn't get in for a small amount. But
Unfortunately.
Because I'll share that story one day. We got scared.
All the scammers
So what I think is know what you're doing and then research what the true value and true cost is, and see where you are. I'm going to get miner you won't be going into cryptocurrency to mine when you are always getting load shed. Your biggest cost is electricity. That's your lifeblood of it. If you've got a truck, you need fuel. More than anything else. You need electricity to switch on those machines. So it can end up, for instance, some of our machines are damaged because of the load shed. So your grid also HCOM, but you need to factor all of those things in. Your electricity has to be good, you need to be in a good location, you need to know how much money it costs, you need to know what it is that you want to do. Because within crypto as well, there are so many coins, profitability is different, there's different types of machines for everything. You don't have a one size fits all for everything. If you want to do Dash, there's machines that are scripted just for Dash. If you want to do Litecoin, there are machines that are scripted just for Litecoin. If you want to do Ethereum, you can go either GPU or you can go with script miners.
Yeah.
Now there are ASIC script miners that are there. If you want to go Doge, there are scripted machines which also go with Litecoin. It's merge mining, they call it.
Yeah.
So you mine Litecoin and you mine Doge at the same time. So there are different ways of doing it, but you just need to know where you are comfortable sitting.
Yeah.
It might be determined by the amount of money you have.
Okay.
It might be determined by where you stay. It might be determined by the types of neighbors you have. You know, you might not have
neighbors.
Yeah, because you might. It's noisy. It's loud. So you might not have
Alright.
the kind of space that some of us have, where your neighbor will not hear it.
Alright.
You know, if you're living in a townhouse, you cannot have ASIC miners.
Yeah.
You might as well. You might be able to have GPU miners.
Yeah.
But you won't be able to have ASIC miners. Those things
Alright.
are loud.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if they can hear it, but you can hear them from here. So they're loud.
Now we hear them coming in.
Imagine.
Yeah, well,
you
like,
can
what's
hear them
happening?
from the gate. Yeah. So you need to figure out what your needs are and research thoroughly, because once you've bought it, some of these things don't have guarantee or warranties.
Okay.
And if you buy it from overseas, it takes 6 weeks to get here. You need to dispute with the person you've bought it from. How long is it going to take to go back? Say you've taken a bank loan.
And there's money.
How many months are you going to be paying
Yeah.
off? So I mean, there's nothing wrong with starting a business using credit.
Yeah.
But now you'll be paying off those months and
Wow.
nothing else is
Not
being
working.
done. You
Yeah.
understand? So you need to also figure out what kind of internet you're using, speeds. You need to figure out, or that you need, not that you're using, that you would need to use.
Yeah.
You will also need to figure out what kind of connections you need. If you've got more machines, you might not be able to use small network switches. You might need to use what do you call it, servers.
Alright.
But those server switches. I'm not there yet, but hopefully that you might need to be in an industrial area, because the electricity is expensive where you
Yeah.
stay. So you might need industrial electricity, which is cheaper. You know.
And weather as well?
Weather, yes, I think climate is very important, but because we've got mechanisms of climate control,
Okay.
you can buy aircons, you can put in fans, you can put in
It's
extractors.
electricity again.
That's also electricity, you know. So that you might also have to factor in, but I don't think it's a major, because the bigger your farm is, then the more investment you have to do, even in climate control as well. With everything, with electricity grid, with this, with that. So you would need to also factor that in and then invest accordingly, you know. But if you've got one little machine, it won't heat up the house too much. You can put it in the garage and leave it there. You might not hear it. Then climate control is not that important.
So now, if let's say, as a beginner, I want to start, like as we said, like with the forex episode. So I am sitting with 50,000 rand, for example. Are you able to? And you mentioned that some of the machines are expensive. Am I able to basically, let's say, start out with 50,000 rand and build myself up from 50,000 rand? And with that question, so let's say that's part A. Part B is then how long? Let's say I build that machine up, but how long can I see returns? Or how long will it take for me to start seeing, all right, I put in 50,000 rand, maybe by December now for 70,000 rand. How do we judge that?
Okay. So let's say you put in 50,000.
Yeah.
Depending on what coin you're mining. Most ROI is calculated is normally 10 months.
Okay.
But that is turnover.
So not profit.
No, you haven't paid anything. But now the reason I'm saying that is because originally the stuff was not expensive.
Okay. Before it was popular.
Yes.
All right.
So gaming made, let's talk GPUs now because of the worldwide shortage.
Okay.
Gaming became popular.
Like consoles.
No, like PC gaming.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Brother does a lot of that. So I mean, gaming. Some gaming competitions, then the international ones. You win about $1 million.
All right.
You and your crew. There's also sponsorships and there's other things. It's becoming big.
Yeah.
Gaming drove prices up because of the demand for GPU. But something that no one actually expected.
Yeah.
Then it was still cheap anyway when it was only gaming. And then something happened where there was a crypto mining craze. So some of the gamers started mining, and there are guys who said, "Oh, if you buy a GPU for 10,000, you would actually make 1,000 millions a month. So that means you can actually In 10 months, you make your money back. Okay, sure.
And these were initial gamers.
Well,
But they had the machines.
because in gaming there's also tech guys.
Yeah.
And it was the tech guys who already knew how to make computers more powerful. That's why you can't mine with the CPU anymore. You must mine with the GPU. Somebody figured out that you must use a GPU. It's stronger.
Yeah.
It's got a bigger RAM. It's more resilient. And so when that happened, then miners started falling into it. Now supply and demand. Price goes up.
Yeah.
So what they are doing is they are still making sure that the price that they are charging you to make that turnover back is 10 months. So for instance, if you say 50K, né?
Yeah.
Let's say you go into a coin like Litecoin.
Yeah.
Then you buy there's machines called L3s, L3 classes. That machine goes for about 10K. You buy 5 of them, they will make you 1,000 per month.
Right? It's guaranteed.
It's not guaranteed, but the prices are normal. Nothing is guaranteed because there's also fluctuations. Now you'll find that when the prices drop, difficulty goes down because people switch their machines off. And then but I say that much because the price is down.
Yeah.
But when prices go up, people start switching on their machines because now it makes sense to mine because factoring electricity costs and whatever, you can still make a profit. Okay, I'm gonna start mining.
Okay.
So if you say 50K, it's not guaranteed because you can make more.
All right.
Depending on the strategy you use.
Or the strategy is also in mining. So it's not just I've plugged this thing and it's working and that's it.
It's business. You always need to have a strategy and how you pay the bank.
Yeah.
So for instance, there are people who, when it goes down, they keep on mining because it doesn't cost them that much. Maybe it's because they've planned well.
Okay.
Now, what happens when difficulty has gone down is that you start, because there's less computers fighting for these shares.
Yeah.
You get more coins for the same amount of hashing power that you have.
Okay.
Now the prices are down.
Yeah.
When prices start coming up, when Elon Musk says Doge, then Dogecoin goes up.
Yeah.
But you've accumulated coins.
Already.
Right?
Yeah.
And you're making more. Now when you're making less, the coins that you had accumulated, you can use to cover your overheads. You can use to buy more machinery.
Yeah.
Instead. So with your 50K, you could actually make 1,300 a month.
All right.
Right? While it's a downturn.
Yeah.
We call it bear market.
All right.
But we call it the crypto winter. When there's a winter, and it's very long, it's like Game of Thrones. So when the winter comes, if you keep on going, you benefit more, even though rand-wise you don't benefit.
But because there's less people.
There's less competition, so there's more at the buffet for you.
Yeah.
You understand? You can sleep and wake up and eat again for the price of one. So what happens is then when the prices come up, the value of your portfolio becomes so much. And depending on obviously the rises.
Yeah.
So depending on the strategy, in 50K you could actually we've been doing some calculations and we think with any amount of money we put in, we can be able to double every 3 years.
Every 3 years.
If we are disciplined with money, obviously. Take a salary, don't take the money business man. And don't try to become too clever, just stick to the principles, stick to your plan. So I think with 50K it's possible to actually make a decent living out of this in the long run if you're disciplined.
Yeah. So now, obviously in the world, in South Africa, not a lot of people still know about crypto mining. Why do you think that's the case? Because we've seen people speak about it, but it's not like, as you say, like people will like, okay, there's someone put in 100,000 into this company, they do crypto mining, and after 5 years, you'll get 200,000, for example, as opposed to you who's got machinery and you've got the research and you're doing it. So are there scammers in that sense as well, who say, put your money in and what do we need to look out for?
Okay, so I think, anything that is new to our base, we are vulnerable because we want quick wins. There are people it's been moving. It hasn't even closed down. So people would rather be sold a dream than work. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Things you have to look out for is if someone says, if you put in this amount of money, you will get this amount of money. There's no way to guarantee a return in almost, I think, even in finance.
Yeah.
If they guarantee it for you, it's a conservative.
Yeah, it's a very low interest rate.
You understand?
Yeah.
When you make 12%, the guy knows you can make 24%.
Yeah.
Understand? So he knows. It's like when the news says tomorrow it's gonna be, there's a 60% chance of rain. They know it's going to rain.
Yeah, but they can't say it's 100%.
Yeah, you can't say 100%. You understand? So
right.
So if anyone promises you anything guaranteed when it comes to money, actually in anything else, you'll get a guaranteed fixed rate edge.
Yeah.
It is I want to say an impossibility, but let me say it is improbable that somebody can actually do something like that. The probabilities are very low. No one is that is that far ahead in the future.
Yeah.
Anyone guaranteeing you a fixed amount is the first sign.
Yeah.
Anyone who wants you to put in money without you having verified anything. That is, and you must also understand crypto is in its so let's not say infancy. So let's say crypto is not even a teenager, is it? Right? It's just in its adolescence. It hasn't even graduated high school. You understand? It's younger than our democracy.
Yeah.
So there are still things to be figured out. So if you can't verify it, don't actually do it. I think one of the things that what do you call it? If you want to see how whether a forex guy is real or not, you need to make sure that he is registered with the relevant bodies. In crypto, we don't have that. So how do you do it? Never give money to somebody you don't know. They can disappear just like that. You know? There are scammers everywhere. There are scammers on Facebook Marketplace. So why would they not be scammers in crypto? So guaranteed returns, not knowing exactly who you're dealing with, the look and feel, you need to be skeptical of that. And also investing in companies. Some companies are legit.
Okay.
But you must
they can mine for you.
Yes. All so right. you must understand that if anything happens, tough luck.
That's it.
You've given them all your life savings. How are you going to catch a flight to the country? You don't even know the address. So I'll give you an example for people mining on the cloud. I think it is very dangerous. First, because you're putting in money, you don't know whether what kind of machines they're giving you.
Okay.
You don't know the condition of what the machine is like. But you've been told you can be guaranteed this, and you have been guaranteed in a fluctuating market. Crypto is so volatile, people have lost life savings. So and those are traders. I wouldn't know, but I see it on the news all the time. So something else to look out for is where these guys are. So for instance, if I had to start a cloud mining service, I would only take South African people. Because I can take you to the warehouse and show you your machine.
Okay.
And I can tell you this machine is yours. Here's the serial number. You can look at the machine. We can contact the manufacturer. You can see that it's a machine that has been made in the past or whatever it is. Because some strategies that these companies do is they give you a 12-month contract or a fixed contract. They are using a machine that's already been paid for. But you're giving them money to take this machine. They take this machine. They put it on your wallet. The machine doesn't call. Now you're putting in money. Somebody's mining in China. Now look at what has happened in China. The government has cracked down on crypto miners. Okay. Right? But you still find that Chinese mining pools are still growing and some are stable with their hashing power. Because they've got clients all over the world. They have put money in there. Some companies have actually gotten funders and they can't go down. They operate like real companies. So they defy governments to make sure people get their return because they've got a reputation to uphold. Some are waiting it out to see what's going to happen. Some are buying time so they can relocate to another country, which is money friendly. So if you can't, let's say the Chinese government actually succeeds and shuts down every crypto miner. There's no ombudsman for cryptocurrencies. You understand? Who did you deal with?
Yeah. How
Where's
much?
where's the contract? Where's the
Yeah.
signatures?
Yeah.
There's no proof of anything. Now, this is what makes people skeptical about crypto. You understand? This is why
say it's a scam.
that's why people say it's a scam, you know.
Yeah.
But chances are, because this only happened now, the shutdown,
Yeah.
and a crackdown. Chances are, the person who scammed you never intended to provide you that service in the first place.
They were there to scam you.
They were there to scam you.
Yeah.
I mean, they are scammers. How many times do you have on your personal email, you get somebody saying, "Hey, baby, I'm looking for a lover,"
Hey.
or
Congratulations, you've won 1.3 million.
you see,
Yeah.
or we have found that you are related to somebody who has died and has unclaimed benefits.
Yeah.
Those have got nothing to do with crypto, but they are scams. You understand?
It's true.
So the scams everywhere. So those are the things, the basics that I think you need to look at. But you must know what you're doing. You must know who you're dealing with. Basically, just like if you go to a church where they tell people to drink petrol.
Yeah.
You wouldn't go there if you are in your right mind, because you know what that does not sound like God's word.
That kills you. Yeah.
So it's those sort of things. Thomas.
Yeah.
When your money is involved, Thomas, see it first, touch it, and then go in with it.
So now, with that being said, right? So you now obviously into crypto mining. Yes, we had a conversation the other day about encouraging young ones to get into this.
These sort of things, yeah.
And especially like black people as well, because but the thing is, I think we, like as you say, that if we don't want to learn, or we don't want to read. But now, why would someone, let's say, like myself, I've got 50,000. What would you say to me, to not push me into it, but to make me see the future of crypto mining?
Okay. So what, apart from what I've told you about the security of it,
Yeah.
and the speed of it, of money going from one place to the other,
Yeah.
is I will tell you a story about Visa and MasterCard and Diners Club at some stage, and the internet as well.
Yeah.
Those things were all things that were made out of thin air. How does money fit in a plastic?
Yeah.
How does somebody sell things through a screen? I will tell you that there's evolution in everything.
Yeah.
You yourself are being abused by the same system, but you don't want to know, you don't want to see what is out there. So with regard to the future of crypto mining, is that it's not going away. It is a mechanism to decrease a lot of bad behavior. To decrease a lot of bad behavior,
Yeah.
and encourage trust and foster trust within people.
Okay.
Right? The blockchain system itself.
Yeah.
It is something that gives you control over what's yours.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you want to own something like that? Why would you go and put your money into a VPS, whereas later on you will find out that it's gone?
Yeah.
Why would you take your money and put it into a Stein-off, and then you figure out later on that your pension is worthless?
Yeah.
Whereas you can go into something that is based on trust,
Yeah.
because people are saying it's a scam. It's not. Based on trust, it's based on creating value and unlocking more opportunities for the future.
Yeah.
Because like I said, blockchain, cryptocurrencies are only a stepping stone. The technology behind it, the blockchain, can do so much more, so much quicker. So if you are looking at a future where people make money from YouTube and you believe in it, why would you not believe that if you think views can pay you, why don't you believe that a cryptocurrency can actually work? It really doesn't make sense. If we are a youth, which I don't know if we fit in the millennial, I think we do.
I'm still there.
Yeah. So if we're in the millennial space, where we have stopped believing so many other things, and we have gone the Bolt way, the Uber way, and in some countries, in some societies, people don't see a use in getting stuck in traffic. They take Ubers, they take this. Why must I get a license when there's this kind of services? Why must I own a holiday home when I can do an Airbnb?
Yeah.
So we are in that kind of era where things are changing, and our perception of value is so much different to our parents, right? Our parents believe that you must work for 20 years, so you certificate at 10 years, it's 15, it's 20, and then get a good pension, right? Basically, you must go get your escort every day. You buy a bus and say you must tell you when to clock in and when to clock out. Why wouldn't you believe in a system that empowers you and tells you, which at some stage, you would not need this whole monetary system that is here, that keeps creating CFDs and keeps creating synthetic versions of a physical thing, where people buy things that don't exist. Why would you not believe in something that is based on trust, honesty, reliability, and speed? Well, democratizing everything that gives you power. Why would you not believe in something like that? There's a guy, I forgot what his name is. He released an album, right? 7 tracks of his album. And so there's NFTs now, right? He released his album, and it was $1 per buy, basically. I don't know what, I haven't researched it. I was listening to it, was very interesting. So now the guy put it up on the website. He said, okay, $1 and I've only got $1 million, because it's sold out in less than 7 hours. The guy got $1 million. And then he said, okay, because now you guys have bought these things as NFTs, you guys own them. And crypto is all about, or the blockchain is all about when you, if you engage in something, you get something for it. It's an exchange mechanism. So now these guys all bought it. He's made his $1 million. And those guys that have bought tracks for $1, he has said, now you guys can go inside as much as you want, and you're gonna make money from it. Do you see now what kind of avenues it creates? Where if you are a movie producer and you put your movie up as on your website, people with internet can come and look at it, and you put it on the blockchain. Everyone who comes in and watches your movie, obviously they will own it, but the money gets transferred into your wallet. Everyone who comes in, and if you don't put a finite usage level, then it can happen just like that.
So there's no manipulation.
There's no piracy. There's no need for piracy, because because we are living in a generation where it's direct to consumer. You understand? So Netflix is becoming irrelevant, but because they are commissioning their own work, they are still direct to consumer. But you get HBO and Fox and CBS, and I think in South Africa we also had View, where the show skips SABC and it skips whatever, or even after that, after you've missed the omnibus, you can still watch these things straight. We are that generation where I can sit at home, I can order my whole groceries, I can just send my grocery list, and I can swipe and then check us will deliver in 60 minutes. So we are living in that age, and I think this actually fits in very well with where the future is going.
Guys, as you said, we can't exhaust this in one episode, so nah, it's impossible. It's impossible. There's still more. As you know, so guys, thanks for tuning in, for listening. Mr. B.
Sure.
Thank you, my guy. Mr. Q. Mr. B, Mr. Q. Maybe next time we'll give you another name as well. But yeah, guys, so if you guys have any questions on crypto mining especially, we've got the experts here, we've got someone who knows this, as you've heard, like from A to Z. Just drop us a message, we'll obviously forward it through to him, and he'll be able to answer all your questions that you guys have. So we're still trying to pull his leg and giving us his contacts, but that won't happen. But yeah, so guys, thank you for tuning in once again. This is Tammy and Mr. Q.
Mr. Crypto.
Mr. Crypto.
Unfortunately, I really want to stay anonymous. Fame does things to people.
No.
But we do this so that people can actually learn something.
That's true.
It's an offering more than we're actually sacrificing, because once you become popular, you become a certain, you understand, and then you can't make any mistakes. I still want to be human. So that's I think. So
guys, so Mr. Crypto's still learning as well. He's still advancing himself. So yeah, man. So follow us on Instagram, subscribe to YouTube, click that like button, share please. And yeah, so this video as well, like as you said, that this podcast was designed so that we can empower people. But this is just the intro. You know, you guys still need to go do your research. As you've heard with all our guests that we've interviewed on the show, that information is key, guys. Information is key. And these are not scams. These people who are here living. We might have a short clip after this of some of the machines that he has, just to show that this is no scam. People are doing this on a daily basis. So without further ado, guys, have a great evening. We are here in the hills of the Investor once again, so thank you for hosting us, Mr. Crypto. Mr. Crypto, and yeah, man, stay tuned and stay blessed. We'll see you in the next episode.